I've been training my whole life for this moment. Oh, sounds good. Sounds good. All right, we're live. Episode 1, Dragon Ball Z reviews. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm really excited about this. I've decided to go ahead and to just pull the trigger on this new journey. This new journey is extremely exciting for me. I'm pissed off because we're already having technical difficulties. I'm trying to put this ReviewZ banner as my header on the YouTube page, but on the YouTube's not allowing me to upload thumbnails for some strange reason right now, but it's okay. I'm pretty sure when the podcast is over, I can go in there, edit it, and I could put it in there. But anyway, yeah. For those who don't know, I'm starting a weekly podcast where I'll be reviewing Dragon Ball Z. I will be reviewing every single episode of Dragon Ball Z, 1 by 1, 2 by 2. I was going to watch Dragon Ball Z by myself anyway. I was going to do a refresher on Dragon Ball Z, so I was going to start from episode 1, and I was going to take it all the way to episode whatever. But I said, you know what? What would be a good idea is if I shared this experience with everyone, except for just doing it by myself. This is truly is a passion project. I think right now with the Dragon Ball Z reviews and the JRPG podcast, that's basically where I wanted to go with this channel anyway. But I've decided to do other things on this YouTube channel. What else can I say? I love Dragon Ball Z. I love Dragon Ball Z, and for me to review each and every single episode 1 by 1 is truly going to be really fun for me. I would recommend if you guys would watch along with me. Maybe some of you might have an extensive memory where you can, watch the Dragon Ball Z episodes and things of that such. The information that we will be going from is the orange boxes. I will not be doing the Dragon boxes or the Ocean dub, and I will not be doing Dragon Ball Z Kai. I will be doing the orange boxes because when I watched that, I want to say somewhat 10 years ago, that was the most accurate to what I watched when I was a kid. Let's see, what else can I get into? What made me into a fan of Dragon Ball Z? I'm not a fan of many things, but if I was to say that I was truly a fan of something, it is Dragon Ball Z, because when I was a kid, it blew my mind. It changed my world completely. When I was coming up, I loved Ninja Turtles, and I still do love Ninja Turtles till this day. But when Dragon Ball Z, when I first got a first glimpse of Dragon Ball Z, I want to say I was in middle school. And they were showing off the first season with Raditz. And they would show all the way up to the end of the Raditz saga. And then they would just start all over again. And I would continue to watch it over and over again. But I remember the first time that I saw Dragon Ball Z, I was freaking hooked. I had no idea what the heck this was. It was stuff that we've never seen before. I've never seen before, even till this day. When I was coming up, the cartoons, there were a lot of American cartoons that were mature, but the stuff that I was into was extremely childish, and that was Ninja Turtles. Ninja Turtles was a party. It was pizza. It was Cowabunga. It was extremely goofy. It was me. But when Dragon Ball Z came, I automatically said, man, whatever this is it. People are dying. The main character is dying in the first episode. Characters are losing their arms. Characters are getting holes in the middle of their chest. Blood. It's like, whoa. Not that I'm that type of guy. Not that I'm looking for grotesque violence and things of that such. I thought it was done very well within moderation. So it wasn't like it was just an extreme smorgasbord of violence. It all made sense. So even as a young kid, when I was watching this, I've never been on the edge of my seat as well with an anime or with a cartoon like I was with Dragon Ball Z. When they were letting us know within the first episode that the main character is going to die, I was on the edge of my seat through the whole series of Dragon Ball Z, because you just never know what's going to happen or it's going to happen to. So yes, I'm truly am super excited for this, and I hope you guys come along on this journey. I don't know how many episodes of Dragon Ball Z there are, but we're going to review every single one of them, within a podcast format. I don't know. I have a lot of ideas for the podcast. Sorry if we're not going directly into the episode, but I just want to, before we get started, just kind of give a breakdown of Dragon Ball Z and this podcast and where we're going to go with it. I'm not really sure how we're going to do this podcast. As right now, it's just episode 1. We got a lot of episodes to go through. Excuse me. I was kind of thinking about doing it scripted, but I just don't think that's truly the passion that I want to have. I want to have a discussion as well. I don't want to just leave the narrative. I love this podcast format in the chat room, because we can always have a discussion. I like when people disagree with me. I really do. I'm going to be coming in with my philosophies and my beliefs of what I think Dragon Ball Z is and what I thought I saw within the episode. And I would love for you guys to come right behind me and say, well, I know I saw something completely different. And trust me, I respect it and I love that. I love that about you guys, that you can come and disagree with me. I think that's a beautiful thing, because I can be extremely headstrong. And at times people can agree with me. I'm not looking for people to disagree just to disagree, though. You know, that's in the realm of more of a relationship between a man and a woman, that especially when the relationship is on the rocks. I'm looking for somebody to kind of bring another perspective that can help expand and contract our minds when it comes to Dragon Ball Z. But yeah, I'm not really sure how we're going to do it. I know we're going to do these things live. I'm not really sure on a scheduled date. I know it's going to be once a week. I know that for sure. I got it on a Tuesday, and Tuesdays are my current open schedule as of right now, but guaranteed it will be once a week. I'm not sure if what I wanted to do is I wanted to talk about everything Dragon Ball Z. I wanted to start the episode off showing off merchandise. There's a new Turles action figure that's open for pre-orders with SH Figure Arts. I wanted to show that off. I said, we won't do that now. If we do that, I would have to make the whole podcast go to the members, and I would have to edit out just the review of the episode for everybody else. And the members would get access to the whole smorgasbord of information that we'll be dropping on the Dragon Ball Z podcast. But for everybody else, you would just be getting the episode. That's what I'm thinking about doing. Episode 2, we will go into the merchandise. There's currently, I think it's confirmed that they're working on a Dragon Ball Z Fortnite skins that will be able to do transformations and Kamehameha waves. I think that's phenomenal. I'm definitely picking that up for the Nintendo Switch. Those skins, I'm paying for every. Well, it depends. If it's like Burst or something like that, I won't buy it. But if it's Goku, Vegeta, Bulma, I'm buying. There was some other merchandise and things of that such I wanted to show off. There was even rumors of a Xenoverse 3. So the podcast is going to be basically everything Dragon Ball Z. But I decided to say, you know what? Let me talk from the heart with episode 1. Not that all episodes ain't going to come from my heart, but let me talk directly to everybody with episode 1 to kind of give them a breakdown of what this podcast is going to be. I appreciate everybody that's going to be here, who are watching. For the people who are going to be new, the people who are going to be old, hopefully we can all come together as one and really just have an extremely good time. It's going to take a while because we're going to go through Dragon Ball Z. Now, if things are kicking and rocking, and if I'm still feeling up to it, we're going to go into to Dragon Ball. I've never seen Dragon Ball. That's a lie. I saw the first season of Dragon Ball, but after that, I didn't watch the rest of the season. We'll go into Dragon Ball. So watching Dragon Ball will be a whole brand new experience for me, which is going to be extremely fun. We're going to go into GT. Now, I did watch GT. We're going to go into other animes. I would like to take this whole review series and maybe we can go to Naruto. I would never do anything modern. Anything that came out within like 2009 and 2010 on up, the 2010s on up, I wouldn't do anything modern. I wouldn't try to disrespect anybody by reviewing anything modern. This is strictly a passion thing for me. Stuff that I felt like, that molded and sculpted anime and things that molded and sculpted me. So I would do, Naruto. I would do Cowboy Bebop. I would do a lot of the stuff that might have came on 2003s and before, 90s anime, Samurai Champloo, Akira. I wouldn't mind turning this whole series into something that just kind of dedicates to classic anime. Hayao Miyazaki's movies, even though I don't consider them anime. But yeah, I'm excited. I truly, truly am excited. I haven't been excited about doing something on YouTube in a very long time, but I'm really falling in love with doing this and the JRPG podcast. What else? I think that's it. I think that's coming straight from the heart right there. I'm pissed off right now because YouTube's having a glitch on my page where they won't allow me to put this picture in the thumbnail. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Thank you. Let me check with my people in the chat room. Please don't mind if I'm not acknowledging you. Please, it's not no disrespect. It's just X Dot is here, Zome is here. Nico, what's going on, brother? Cornelius is in the building. What's going on? If you followed Dragon Ball, the beginning of Z really spun you for a loop. Goku an alien the whole time. He's got a brother. Yeah. We're gonna get into that, man. We're gonna get into that. I like where you're going. What else did I wanted to touch upon? Hold on. I think that was it. I think we can get directly into episode 1 right now. Yeah. So yeah, reviews. That's what the podcast is called. Reviews with a Z at the end. And we're starting off with the first episode, A New Threat with Raditz. We're going to get this thing a whole lot better. I just figured out about the Google Docs and the slides and things like that. So we're going to have slides, non-copyrighted music and things. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be very beautiful when we get further and further into the reviews or the episodes, if you will, into the podcast. But right now, this is how I get down. All right, episode 1, A New Threat. I don't know where I started off with Dragon Ball Z. I think my first episode that I watched with Dragon Ball Z is the one that I remember the most, and that is when Piccolo and Goku had fought Raditz, and they were taking off their weighted clothes. I believe that's where I first started. I don't believe I started on episode 1. It wasn't like I can just pick what I wanted to choose at that time. It was, I turned on the cartoons in the morning. I'm old enough to remember Sailor Moon was first, Dragon Ball Z was second. After that, we were heading to school. Sailor Moon, great anime as well. I used to enjoy that, but Dragon Ball Z just took it to a whole nother level. But anyway, going back and watching this episode, you know what? I made a mistake. Let's go all the way back. Now I remember. Now I remember what I wanted to talk about. Before we get started in the episode, I just remembered. I love Dragon Ball Z. I really do. I love a lot of things, and if you ever see me coming after something, because I want to go all the way back to a video I did a couple days ago, and I posted to social media, and I technically don't read comments and things of that such, but I decided to go back and read the comments when it pertains to the review I did on Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Legends. The champ is here, whatever that was, and I did not like it. I did not like it. I will say I borderline hated it. And I was reading the comments, and a lot of people were upset because I was being cynical, and I don't think that's me. I think I thought I was fair, to be honest. If you go back and watch that review that I did, I thought I was extremely fair. I could have been cynical. I could have been evil. I could have been condescending. I thought I was 100% truly genuine in what I was saying. Just because I don't agree with everyone else, it does not mean that I was all those things. A lot of people were getting upset because the people were saying that this was Zobi 70 would get upset at fan fiction and things of that such. And I started to do the research on the guy who created this. And the guy who created this is somebody who's within the business. He's the guy that did the art for the Castlevania series. He was let go. I'm not sure why he was let go. But I do know that Netflix was doing a series of, they let go a lot of people at Netflix, and maybe he was part of that. I'm not sure. But when I sit back and I reflect on that Legends of Dragon Ball, I know my disappointment comes from that is because I love Dragon Ball. Like, a lot of people will love something and they think that it has to be in a way where it has to be unconditional love. If it's bad or good, no matter what, some people have that reaction when it pertains to a lot of things. Zobi 70 does not. My love comes to retaining it. There's only a certain select few people out here that do that. And yes, they do get backlash for doing that. But Zobi 70, just like a lot of great people, I'm not putting myself up there with these great people because I'm going to tell you who these great people are. But my thing is retaining what is Dragon Ball Z. And this is a guy, before he started off the thing, I would have been fine. I would have watched it, and it was just some regular fan that would have done it. And he was, it took him a couple years to draw it and yada, yada, yada. I would have been cool with that. But then before the Legends of Dragon Ball Z started, it started off with a guy talking about, this is for the fans of Dragon Ball Z. This is for the guys that wanted to train in 100 times normal gravity level, and this is for the people that paused Dragon Ball, that recorded it and paused Dragon Ball Z, was drawing. I don't know anybody that did that. I know when I was coming up, we had printers and things of that stuff, and we would print out the Dragon Balls. We had the magazines, and we would draw from the magazines. I don't know anybody that was pausing the thing, but it is what it is. I guess he was trying to find a way to connect with people. Yada, yada, yada. So, when I watch something like The Legends of Dragon Ball Z that I did not like whatsoever, if you liked it, that's cool. I'm fine with that. I'm glad you found some type of enjoyment in it. But there's people like me who want to retain what is Dragon Ball Z because we love it so much. We love it so much that we don't want to see it tarnished in any way, even if it's fan fiction. This guy is in the business. This guy has obtained a lot of power now where people want him to be working on Dragon Ball from now on. I was watching what is it? RDC. It's a group of young Black and Caribbean guys who do amazing work, and they were sitting there talking about. I didn't watch many people's reactions because I thought a lot of it was a little bit too extreme. People were talking about they were crying in the videos. Some people, there was a bunch of guys gathering around, with their eyes extremely wide and their mouths ajar. And I just thought that was a bit too extreme, so I couldn't watch that. But I did watch the RDC ones, and I got to give it up to some of the people who were reacting to the video, and they were pointing out the discrepancies within the Dragon Ball Z Legends. But no, I'm going to have a problem with this guy doing it, especially if he did the Castlevania series doing it, and now everybody wants him to kind of usher in the future of Dragon Ball, and I gotta go, whoa, I gotta stand up above the crowd, even if I gotta shout out loud, tonight is the only, I gotta say something. I gotta say, whoa, 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 whoa. Calm your jets. Calm down. And yes, there have been people throughout history who have come up and done these things, and they've gotten the same ridicule that I would get and going to get. A lot of people think what I'm doing is cynical and evil and condescending when it's not. It's not. I'm doing it for you. I'm doing it to retain what is Dragon Ball Z. And what I saw was not Dragon Ball Z. It wasn't clean because Vegeta made an energy sword. That was not clean. That was not cool. That was not revolutionary. That was not good because I've never seen it before. That is not Dragon Ball Z. It wasn't clean because Goku, we've never seen Goku. We've never seen Goku just lose his cool. I thought about this. I really sat back and I reflected. And I was just like, Goku, his chest burnt in, and then he spit out a fireball, and he turned into Ghost Rider, and he was just uncontrollable. Even Vegeta said within that series, I'm here to help you control yourself, and that's not Goku. Rin died, and Frieza made a joke out of it. And Goku, you monster, something within him awoke in him. Oh, man. How did I know? Fuck! How did I freak? No. How did I know? God damn it. How did I freaking know? Oh boy. Oh boy. What is going on? Why am I buffering? My connection's fine. Am I live, guys? Can you hear me? Can anybody hear me? Damn. What happened? I didn't say a curse or anything. What's going on? Maybe there's a YouTube outage. Is there? Okay, you guys can hear me. What in the hell? How did I know that there was going to be extreme technical difficulties? Something told me. Okay, I think we're back now. How did I know that there was going to be extreme What was the last thing you heard, guys? What was the last thing you heard? How did I know? How did I know? What was the last thing you heard? You guys remember? No, it's yeah, okay. What was the last thing you heard, guys? For some reason I knew there was going to be technical difficulties today. The day that I decide. I know there's a going on around with. Okay, I need you guys to tell me what was the last thing you heard. What was the last thing you heard? Do you remember? Does anybody remember what their last thing they heard? Damn it! How did I freaking know? Goku spat out the fireball. Okay. Lessons wasn't good just because it was different. Okay. We didn't lose too much then. We didn't lose too much. How did we know? How did I know? How did I know we were going to have technical difficulties? It's not me. Okay, you two, you want to play that game? All right. It is what it is. All right. Yeah. Fireball Ghost Rider thing. Okay, thank you. Yeah, so Goku spitting out the fireball and turning into Ghost Rider. That's not Dragon Ball Z. If it was Naruto, I would have been okay with that. If he made a Naruto rendition and Naruto had lost it, then I would understand that. But, okay, now I remember. The reason a lot of people like to see that within anime, a lot of times characters will have this uncontrollable rage and anger and this monster will come out of them and it would transform them and things of that such. And a lot of the modern generation loves that type of stuff because the modern generation believes that that's them. They believe that they have this built up monster that's living inside them. And if anybody was to bully them or make them feel bad, they would transform into this monster and they would take matters into their own hands and they would pummel their enemies. They would pummel them. But the thing is, we've never seen this. It's not real. It's fiction. So they get the enjoyment from seeing it from their favorite anime characters. Not me. I don't like that. I respect Goku because whenever I've seen Goku get mad, or when I perceive that he's getting mad, especially when it pertains to the Frieza saga, and when he turns Super Saiyan for the first time, seeing his friend die and explode right in front of him. And then after he exploded, Frieza made a very slick comment. And something like that is what made him activate something that was within. And when he had transformed into a Super Saiyan for the first time, it wasn't this uncontrollable rage. It wasn't this uncontrollable anger. He was the most calmest I've ever seen him before. He looked up at Frieza with an angry face, but he was so calm. He was so cool. And I can respect that. And I love that. And I like that about Goku. Even when he went just recently when he went Ultra Instinct. He didn't lose his cool, he didn't lose his demeanor, he didn't, you know what I mean? That was the most calmest I've ever seen Goku. Whenever Goku gets supposedly mad, or whenever he goes to that level, Goku is not a guy that turns into a raging monster, this uncontrollable force. That's not Goku. Never been Goku. So when you see me get mad at things, it's not because I'm just finding a way to try to troll people. No, I am preserving what I believe Dragon Ball Z is, because people want this to be the new norm now. I was reading the comments everywhere. I need to hire this guy. This is the guy that needs to be working on Dragon Ball Z. This is the guy that should be working, should be Dragon Ball Super or whatever. This is the guy that needs to be doing. And the people don't understand the reason why Dragon Ball Super is not good is because it's not following what Dragon Ball is supposed to be. You guys don't understand your change that you wanted in Dragon Ball Z is ruining Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball had nothing, and I mean nothing to do with the fights, had nothing to do with the transformations, nothing to do with the laser beams, nothing to do with explosions. Those were just pieces to the pie. Pieces to the puzzle. Yes, those are the things that we get excited for, some of us. But that is not what Dragon Ball is. It's not. There is somewhat of a science to Dragon Ball. There is somewhat of a spirituality to Dragon Ball. We're going to get into it with episode 1. They did it with episode 1. Episode 1, they were showing you the spirituality of it all. So no, I cannot stand behind Dragon Ball Legends because I know where it's going to go. I know where it's going to take us. Some people just want to. When I was coming up as a kid, I remember rap, Puff Daddy. I remember when Puff Daddy and them came in and Biggie and all that. And I've watched the people who were coming up and the old heads, they would call them. And they would say, that's not what rap is. That's not what hip hop is. I remember one of my all-time favorite artists in Miles Davis, a jazz player who didn't like hip hop and rap. And a lot of people had attacked Miles Davis, calling him old. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's just out of the loop. He's this and he's that. And when I was coming up, I necessarily didn't like rap. I liked rap because I wanted to fit in. You know what I mean? And I think this is what the Dragon Ball Legends and everything else that pertains to modern Dragon Ball, I think people are just trying to fit in. Because when I was a kid, I really didn't like it. I didn't really know what it was. I just said, okay, this is what all the young people are into. This is what it is. Because when I was coming up, my father and my mother, they controlled the radio. You know what I mean? So all I did was sit in the back seat and I had to, you know what I mean? I had to listen to what they were listening to. And my father would listen to jazz, you know? And my father and my mother, they would listen to the R&B. Back then, we used to have a lot of jazz channels. Jazz is dead now to a degree. And I remember when we would listen to that stuff, and I was getting into hip hop, and I wanted to be part of the cool kids table, and I wanted to listen to the Puff Daddies, and I wanted to have all the fly jiggy clothes, and the new socks, and the new T-shirts, and the new everything. And you know what I'm saying? And that's what hip hop has given birth to. And now in 2022, we can all look at hip hop and rap, and we can all say it's dead. And not only is it dead, it's killed music to a degree. You turn on that radio, and the frequencies that are coming from that radio with the music, it sounds horrible. It sounds painful. If the radio didn't program you with songs every 5 minutes, the same song every 5 minutes, and they just played the song once, you would think it was the worst thing you have ever heard in your entire life. But they program you. They understand the human mind. They understand the human brain. And it's all about programming. We play this song over and over again, and you hate it the first time you hear it. And then they play it over again and over again and over again. And then all of a sudden you start to have a liking to it. But to go back, I remember with Miles Davis, I remember comedians like Bill Cosby would talk about how the comedy is going in a negative direction. A lot of people attack Bill Cosby, but Miles Davis, Bill Cosby, and another person that I want to show you, it's not that they don't want you guys to express yourselves. It's not that they don't respect it. I don't think they're being condescending. I don't think they're being cynical. I just think that, and look at comedy now. Comedy's dead. Comedy's dead. We're laughing at things that are just not funny. As a matter of fact, I haven't even seen people laugh in a long time. Comedy is so bad that Dave Chappelle is not even going on stage and telling jokes. And people are laughing. People are laughing. And it goes all the way back to the people who were considered to be cynical and evil, and they just don't get it, and they just don't understand, and we need to change it up, and we need a refresher, and it was getting stale. No, it wasn't. These guys, they loved comedy so much, they loved music so much that they wanted to preserve it, because they understand that there was going to be a time where the change was going to kill it. You see it within your media now with your movies. They're changing these characters up, that there's a certain setup for Batman and what Batman is supposed to be. There is a certain setup for Spider-Man and what Spider-Man is supposed to be. There's a certain setup. We have Star Wars. Star Wars has a certain setup of what it's supposed to be. We have years of information and knowledge and text to let us know this is what it's supposed to be, but then they start changing things. And you guys think they're changing things for the better. I like that. I like that Batman is an emo guy now. I like that Batman looks dirty. I like that Batman is and you don't understand. Okay, you might like that now. But they're going to keep changing and changing and changing and changing and changing to the point where you're going to be frustrated. To the point where it's dead. This podcast is, I don't want to get too political, and I'm not going to say what I want to say, but they're going to turn Batman into something that's really going to piss you off. But the thing is, you accepted the change. Change can be good. I understand that. But there is a certain degree. We have to, it's just like the Bible. We can't just change the Bible just so we can appease to everybody. And I don't want to get too crazy. But there is a certain landscape in place to let us know this is what it's supposed to be. And if you change it, there are going to be problems in the future because people are going to keep changing and changing and changing and changing. I'm looking at people extremely frustrated now with Resident Evil. There's a new Resident Evil movie out now on Netflix. And I think they turned Wesker black and they turned Jill Valentine black. And everybody is extremely frustrated with this Netflix series. But the people don't understand you were the ones that did that to the Netflix series. Resident Evil had a certain landscape of what Resident Evil is supposed to be. And over the years, this is what I was trying to tell people. No, this is what Resident Evil is. Then when Resident Evil 4 came, the change, it just kept changing and changing and changing. Then it was a first-person shooter. Then now we are in the predicament that we see today. And people don't understand, it's not Resident Evil's fault. It's not Hollywood's fault. It's your fault because you allowed the change. If you want to create some type of wild, demonic Goku, go make that in something else. Why do you got to use Goku to do that? What next? What next are they going to change about Goku? What are they going to change about Goku where you're finally going to wake up? What is it going to take about Goku's change or Dragon Ball Z change where you're finally going to understand what I'm saying? Dragon Ball Z Legends was an embarrassment because we're not keeping Dragon Ball within its proper context. That is not Goku. It's not. I don't want you changing Goku because, I just can't stand Goku. If only he was more like this. No, that's not who he is. Yes, I'm guilty of it too. When I was a younger guy, I didn't like Goku. When I first started watching Dragon Ball Z, I liked the Piccolo. Piccolo was cool. He had the edge to him. He was cool as hell. Goku wasn't cool in my eyes at that time. Goku was very forgiving. He was letting go of Raditz's tail. We're going to get into these things. This is just episode 1. Goku was very forgiving. I'm like, whoa, Goku, what are you doing? You're going to let go of his tail a second time? Okay, the first time, I give you that. And to a degree, when I got older, I was able to go, okay, that's me. When I was a younger kid, I was looking for the cool. I was looking for the Ghost Rider Goku. I was looking for the more edgier Goku that would punch your holes and through the wall and through your chest and then kick you in the back of it. You know what I'm saying? But I can respect Dragon Ball Z because that's who Goku is. And then as I got older, I said, oh my God, I don't like Piccolo. I love Piccolo. I do. He's still one of my favorite characters of all time. But I said, you know what? I'm that guy. I'm Goku. That's who I am. I'm the Monkey King. I was the Monkey King before Goku. The innocence. When you guys see that little picture of Goku in my header, I've had that for years. That's not just to build some type of shrine or some type of idol worshiping for Goku. No, that's a symbol. Goku, as a kid, represented childlike innocence. Goku, as a kid, you look at Goku. He doesn't look very strong. Even as an adult, he doesn't look like he's strong, but he has hidden strength. Hidden strength. That's a symbol. We're going to get into those things as we get further and further into Dragon Ball Z. So yes, I'm going to always have a problem with Legends. I don't think Dragon Ball Z needs a shakeup. It's fine the way it is. I don't think it needs a change. It's fine the way it is. It has captured the hearts of millions of people all over the world for over 30 years. It's not stale. Dragon Ball Z is fine. We saw that with Dragon Ball Super. If you want to watch something else, go watch something else. And I applaud that. I don't have a problem with Naruto transforming into a demon and fighting Sasuke. And that's cool. I like that. That's cool for Naruto. It's not cool for Goku. It's not. I'm never going to accept that. I don't want to change Goku so that it can fit me better. No. Oh my God, why can't Vegeta be the main character? Because he's not. He's not a leader. Oh, why can't Gohan be this person? Because he's not. They let you know in the first episode he's not that guy. Oh my God. There's another person that I love and respect. I love this guy. Miles Davis, Bill Cosby. These are the guys that came up and they got a lot of slack. And Bill Cosby can't get anybody on his side to this day because of what he has said about comedy and the direction that it's going. To this day, he can't get anybody on his side. And when nobody's on your side, evil can come in and try to take you down. But it's okay. I'm pretty sure Bill Cosby is already aware of this. Who else came through? I remember that got a lot of slack. I remember Miles Davis and Bill Cosby were the big ones. And to go back to my music thing, I remember when the Miles Davises and my father and all of them, and they would say, that's not music. And now I become older and a little bit more wiser. And I go, my father was right. That's all I listen to now is jazz. As a matter of fact, I listen to kind of a mixture of jazz and hip hop. And when Nujabes, for those who don't know Nujabes is, he was the guy that did the soundtrack for Samurai Champloo. Samurai Champloo was an anime that I got into about 10 years ago. And I just fell in love with Samurai Champloo. And the music was phenomenal. A couple of years ago, before 2020, I was going to go see Shing in concert. Shing was a guy that did music with Nujabes. And they would play Nujabes tracks. I never thought something like that would ever come. I was like, man, I would really love to listen to something like this at a club. And it finally came. But they haven't been back since 2020. Hopefully they can come back in the future. So I kind of like the rendition of jazz. And right now, lo-fi and all of that is extremely popular because of Nujabes and what's the other brother's name? What's the brother's name? It's not just Nujabes. It's the other guy too. It was that mixture of jazz and hip hop samples. I can't think of his name right now, and I feel terrible that I don't know. So I kind of mixed both of the generations up. But I would prefer. I know my music taste is more in the realm of R&B, jazz, and I just can't stand the stuff that I'm hearing now. This stuff is not even music anymore. They're not even opening their mouths when they you can't even understand what they're saying. And it's dead. It's running on fumes. But there's another guy that I could tell he loves what he does so much, and he hates where it has gone. And now a lot of people, they like him, but there's also a lot of people who despise him because they feel like he's an old fogey, an old fart. He doesn't understand, I'm just saying, this anime today really talks to and expresses to me. And I go, okay, it does now. But everybody's going to be affected when change comes. I got no problem with change. It is what it is. But there's certain things that are in place that should not be changed. Look what happened to Star Wars. Look what happened to Marvel. Those Marvel movies are unwatchable now. Look what happened to cartoons. Look what's happening in the anime. This guy, I love him so much. I really do. And we're going to watch a clip of him right now. Jay Dilla, thank you so much. Thank you so much. MF Doom, yes. Another one. But Jay Dilla, thank you so much. But hold on. This man right here, I love him so much. Hayao Miyazaki. A man that's, what is he, in the 70s? Damn near 80s years old. He remembers, I'm pretty sure he probably doesn't like Dragon Ball Z. But guess what? I don't care. Okay. This man is a legend. This man is GOAT status for me. I love this guy. I am truly inspired by his work. We are basically two of the same people. He hates everything, you know. But this was a documentary that came out not too. I think it's in documentary 4. But I saw this clip and I love this clip so much. Let me explain the clip for you. A lot of the younger Japanese people came into the room and they wanted to impress Hayao Miyazaki because Hayao Miyazaki was against 3D animation. So am I. And I've been against it years ago. I'm talking about back when Toy Story 1 came out. I said, what the hell is this? Because I liked the 2D animation of the Aladdin's, Goofy movie, Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast. That was golden prime time Disney right there, man. And then when they started to go into the 3D rendition, I do like Disney 3D because they still keep that level of quality to it. Storytelling might not be as good as the previous 2D things, but still, if I would prefer a 2D Disney to the changed 3D Disney, I'm going to pick 2D Disney all day. 2D Disney was phenomenal because they didn't tell you a good story. The animation, go back and really watch that animation of Disney. Every single aspect of the body was used, from the pinky extensions to the movement of the hands. I mean, you go back and watch Snow White that came out in the daggone 70s. That animation is phenomenal. So yes, Hayao Miyazaki, he still has his problems with 3D. I believe he's opening up to 3D, but he's still stuck in his ways. And I respect that and love that of him because he wants to preserve it. He's preserving it. Once these guys die out, man, there will be nobody here to preserve it. And it's going to be what we see today. Music would never be what it is right now if Michael Jackson was here. Music cannot be what it is right now. Prince was another one. Prince was another one that would love the art form so much. He got a lot of slack and heat. So please don't take what I'm saying as being cynical, trolling. Trust me, that's not what it is. I am preserving what Dragon Ball Z is. That's all I'm doing. You don't have to listen to me, and that's fine. I don't, it is what it is. Continue to do what you believe is cool. If you want to watch those guys, and by all means, go. There's hundreds upon hundreds of them out there, but please do not think that you know what I'm doing. You don't know. You don't know. Don't think you know me. There's always 70s 10 times deeper than what you could ever fathom it is. And I'm not saying that to toot my own horn. Trust me. When I came after PlayStation, when I come after Xbox, whoever, anime, I'm not coming after them because I'm looking for giggles and jollies. No, I'm preserving what I think PlayStation is. And now you look at PlayStation now, and we're wondering why PlayStation is in the dumps. I'm not doing these videos because I don't give a damn about you. I don't even know who you are. I'm doing it to preserve PlayStation. I don't understand why people don't understand this. It's been 30 years now, and y'all still don't get it. People sitting around here thinking I'm taking personal attacks on them. I don't even know you, man. I don't give a damn because you have a connection with PlayStation. When I tell people to go out there and buy physical games, get away from digital, man, I'm not doing this because I just want to troll you. I am preserving what I believe gaming is. Why don't people understand that? Are people really that slow where they just don't understand? Anyway, we're supposed to talk about PlayStation. This is the Dragon Ball Z podcast, Reviews with a Z. Episode 1. Oh, every episode is going to be like, it's going to be lit just like this, guys. We didn't even get to the review yet. But I just want to dive a little deeper into Dragon Ball Legends. And the reason why I don't like it. And I noticed a lot of people had a problem with my review. And that's fine. And that's fine. Now, let's get into Hayao Miyazaki. These is the younger folk. They're trying to get him more open to change. And I love Hayao Miyazaki so much. I really do. For his response. Let's get into it. This is a presentation of an artificial intelligence model which learned certain movements. It looks like it's dancing. That's what the guy said. This is an example of a fast movement that we had the model learn. Now, they had the model learn whatever the hell this is. Some type of, it's moving by using its head. It doesn't feel any pain and has no concept of protecting its head. This is cool. This is cool to people. It uses its head like a leg. This movement is so creepy and it could be applied to zombie video games. An artificial intelligence can present us grotesque movements, which we humans can't imagine. This is what we have been working on, Miyazaki. He's watching that and he's observing that and he's just, you know what I mean? Look at Miyazaki. Love it. I love him so much. Hayao Miyazaki. Well, go ahead, Miyazaki. Every morning, no recent days, but I see my friend who has a disability. It's so hard for him just to do a high five. His arms with stiff muscles reaching out to my hand. Now thinking of him, I can't watch this stuff and find interesting. Whoever creates this stuff has no idea what pain is or whatsoever. And I utterly am disgusted. If you really want to make creepy stuff, you can go ahead and do it. I would never wish to incorporate this technology into my work at all. I strongly feel that this is an insult to life itself. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. Some of us just don't come down here looking to find new ways to entertain people. Some of us like the spiritual aspect of the things that we are watching and playing. I'm not a robot. I'm not a tool for these corporations. Some of us have certain values that we stand by. Some of us are not cowards. So when we see things, we get offended because that's not what it's supposed to be. We don't mean to do anything by showing it to the world. Yeah, I understand. So what is your goal? What the hell are you making this for? And shout out to, he's got Miyazaki's brother right here, producer Suzuki. He's right there with him, right there with Miyazaki. Ain't nobody with me. And I'm not looking to have anybody with me. There was nobody there for Bill Cosby. There was nobody there for Miles Davis. They were just old fogies and old farts. He's got his boy right there, right there. Let him know. What the hell are you doing this for then? Well, we would like to build a machine that can draw pictures like humans do. Wow. Look at this. Hold on. Every time I got this window open, there's car crashes. There's women screaming. Godzilla is outside. Right when I do a stream, Godzilla starts to show up in my in my streams, right? Hold on. What's going on? What's going on here? What is going on? Oh, what is this? What is this, guys? Some type of hacker is in here. Some type of hackers in here. I apologize. I apologize for the delay, guys, but we got a hacker in our midst. Excuse me. All right. Thank you. Thank you for the delay. We would like to build a machine that can draw pictures like humans do. This is scary. You got to understand that I don't know what Hayao Miyazaki is going to say after this. There's a spiritual connection. There's a reason why we can't get in tune with the stuff that we're watching today. It's not that it's just also bad. It's just that we got machines that are drawing our content now. The stuff is so digitalized. It's bright colors. It's a mess. I can't connect with anything that I'm seeing now within modern anime. That's the reason why I cannot review modern anime, because when you got that pencil in hand, there's a spiritual connection. There's a bonding going on there between pencil man and paper. I don't feel that when I'm watching the digital stuff. I don't feel that when I'm looking at the 3D stuff. It feels mechanical for me. There's no spiritual connection there. And there's no spiritual connection for a lot of people. All this stuff is down in the dumps. Anime, all that, down in the dumps. American art. Hold on real quick. God damn it. What the hell is that? All right. Episode 1, guys. Episode one. Sorry. Just getting started. It's only episode 1. Now, let's see what Miyazaki says. I'm curious about this story. Look at them. They say Miyazaki. He's triggered. What is going on? I believe this is the documentary. I can't remember what the documentary is. I have it. I believe they put this in that documentary. I feel like we are nearing Miyazaki. If you can't see here, hold on. Dang, this wording is in the way. I feel like we are nearing the end of times. We humans are losing faith in ourselves. Yeah, man. and you look at the comment section, and hold on. From what I saw years ago, I know a lot of people got at Miyazaki. Before, a lot of people were getting at him in the comment section, saying he was old, he's out of touch, he's rude, he's this and that. I don't think that's the case whatsoever. I just believe he believes in preserving on what this is supposed to be, what anime is supposed to be, what animation is supposed to be. I wouldn't say anime. You know, this is a guy, Miyazaki, I've done research on him. This is the guy that used to go to the theaters over and over again to go draw Bambi. He was fascinated with the hand drawing aspect and the artistry, you know. This is a guy that has created countless upon countless of great films, classics, beautiful, beautiful films. Till this day, you could watch them today and they look better than anything that's coming out modern, American or Japanese or wherever. This is a guy that truly understands. And we had people that can't even draw that were in the comment section mad because he wasn't getting behind some type of 3D animation where the character was dragging himself by the head. It's some type of demonic demon. They're creating demons right in front of this guy and trying to get him to accept these demons. And he's just like, what the hell? So that's what this podcast is for. That's the reason why I can't get behind Dragon Ball Legends. Is the reason why I stopped watching Dragon Ball Super is because I go, this isn't Dragon Ball. And if I watch this and I review it, I'm just going to get angry. People are going to get angry at me, and it's just going to be a battle and a war and a fight. And I really don't want that when it comes to Dragon Ball Z. If I go get a girlfriend and argue with her, you know. Oh my God, you guys are just old and you're just crusty. You're just this and you're just that and you're that. Yeah. And it's like, we're not even talking about you personally. We're talking about what we're seeing. And there's personal, vicious and violent attacks towards us. We're standing up and we are preserving it. We're preserving what you supposedly claim to love. The Dragon Ball community is a joke as of right now, if there is a community. The Dragon Ball community were the first ones that will say they don't like Dragon Ball Z. They like Dragon Ball Z Kai. The Dragon Ball community will say that they like Dragon Ball Z Kai. Why? Because it preserves Akira Toriyama's original vision. The Dragon Ball community will sit here and they will praise the Dragon boxes. For those who don't know, they came out with these Dragon boxes that had the ocean dub, the Japanese dub. It was in perfect and picture alignment. It was the way Dragon Ball was meant to be watched. The Dragon boxes are going for over $1,000 online on eBay and Amazon and things of that such. It's preserving what Dragon Ball was supposed to be. Kai, Dragon boxes. They'll sit here and they'll watch that garbage that man from Castlevania has made, and they'll sit there and tell you you're old, there needs to be a refresher, you're out of touch, you're cynical, you're this and you're that. Well, it doesn't make any sense. You guys are the main ones that are preaching preservation. And yet somebody that's coming on this YouTube talking about we need to preserve what Dragon Ball is, and you're upset? You got to make up your mind. Akira Toriyama is not, and I mean he is not writing Dragon Ball Super in no way, shape, or fashion. He's not doing the mangas. He's not doing any of that. And yet there's certain people out there that go, this is the creme de la creme. Y'all got to make up your goddamn minds. Are we preserving or are we not preserving? Anyway, we didn't even get to the episode yet. Let's hop into the episode. Let's hop into the goddamn episode, guys. And I'm ready. I'm excited. This is only episode 1. We've had technical difficulties. I can't even allow to put my damn thing on the dang on thing. That's what lets me know this is it. You got to understand, when you're doing the right thing, there are going to be distractions and things of that such that are going to try to knock you off of your square, unmotivate you, just to test you, to make sure that you really want to do this. I was supposed to do this podcast with another person. That person was a fool. And I'm sorry if I got to say this. He was a fool. I'm like, all right, this is the time where it's going to be. This is how we're going to do it. The guy was nowhere to be found. He thought I meant 5 a.m. in the morning. Why in the hell would I do a podcast at 5 a.m.? Yeah, but listen, I understand. When these things happen, I understand. I already know. It's the Most High challenging you. How do you respond? When you get these certain obstacles in your way, how do you respond? That's what's going to test who you are, who you truly are. When everybody's dying around you, you're the only one left. Your best friend was just killed off. How do you respond? Do you respond in a bit of rage? This uncontrollable anger that you feel like that's what you have inside you? Yeah, I know you guys feel that way. You feel like you got this inner demon inside that's going to wake up one day and just start beating people to the pulp. And yet you see these people in the real, and they look like they belong. Whoa, you look like you belong over there. And Weenie Hut Jr., yeah. You belong at Weenie Hut Jr. You don't have no uncontrollable rage building up within you. Stop it. If somebody was to bully you right now, you'll do nothing. You're not a tough guy because you talk tough on social media, in the comments. I'm sorry, that's not what this is supposed to be. Reviews. I want to go over the highlights of the episode, or so if I show you pictures of characters, I'm going to be focusing on the characters that I thought were the highlight of the episode. Right now, I got to post them on Twitter. I don't have to post them, but I'll figure out a way to create some type of slideshow of the episode so that we can keep us enthralled. But I have a few highlights of the episode. Episode 1, a new threat, the new threat, Dragon Ball Z, the greatest anime of all time that really kicked it off. This is the first episode that really made Dragon Ball go global. No, it wasn't Dragon Ball. It wasn't GT. Dragon Ball Z is what made Dragon Ball franchise go global. A household name now. Your mom knows it. Turn that Dragon Ball, turn that off. You know, your mom knows what it is now. Now, you know, the episode starts off, as I think we all know, with this spacecraft or a comet landing on Earth. You know? And a person comes out of this thing in alien life form. When you look at this alien life form, now you got to remember, we can't look at Dragon Ball Z as if we watched Dragon Ball first, because when I was coming up, Dragon Ball was not here. It was a little bit too R-rated to be here at that time, especially at that time. If you thought censorship is bad now, that time was worse. So we have to look at it in the aspects of, for my American viewers, we look at it as the aspects of, we're watching Dragon Ball Z for the first time. Our Japanese viewers, if they're watching it and they've already seen it, they're probably saying, hey, look at this guy. He looks like Goku. What's this? Who's this big figure? He looks like Goku. Who is this? You know what I mean? At that time, we had no idea that Goku was an alien. Somebody in the comment section said that. You got to understand how mind-blowing this has to be for people who were watching Dragon Ball Z Dragon Ball before Z. So it's like, finding out that Goku's an alien from outer space is phenomenal, but we're getting too further in. That's not what this episode's about. And it starts off with the iconic scene with Raditz and the interaction with the farmer, kind of giving it somewhat of a Terminator vibe. Remember when Terminator first came from the future and he interacted with human beings, and it was like, you know what I mean? And the Terminator had this thing, was able to scan the guy as well. He got his whole name is John, give me your clothes, But Raditz he's not a robot. He's interacting with the farmer. He's hitting his scouter. The scouter is going with a puny power. He's able to detect this creature's power level. Man, this is some really, you got to understand, man, when you're 11 years old, this is some really, truly groundbreaking stuff to see that a guy is able to scan your goddamn retina and is able to understand your freaking power level. Like, whoa, what the hell is this? So yes, very iconic scene between Raditz and the farmer. Historic. I think we will all remember this scene between Raditz and the farmer for the rest of our lives. The farmer who's using our technology, he shoots Raditz, and the gun is the most powerful weapon within our mind. Raditz catches the bullet in hand and flicks the bullet back at the farmer, wiping the farmer out, and taking down the car to go with it. Mind-blowing stuff even till this day. Till this day, this is mind-blowing. Now, the episode fast forwards, and I think Goku, we get a first introduction to Goku. He's living the married life now, and he's calling out for Gohan, and Gohan is missing. Now, my true highlight of the episodes, because when I was a couple of years ago, 5-6 years ago, I'm not sure who created this narrative. Maybe you guys would know. I remember that there was a narrative going around with the anime community that Dragon Ball Z didn't have character development. It lacked character development. And I thought that was the craziest thing I've ever saw or heard in my entire life. Remember when that was going around within the community that Dragon Ball Z didn't have character development? And I was like, what the hell are you talking about? Yeah, and it was, I don't know who started this, because I'm talking about people who, I don't want to talk too crazy on this podcast. That's not what this is. But I'm talking about people that really weren't there mentally, were saying this. And I was like, who's saying this? I don't want to call out names because this is not a drama podcast. Who is saying that Dragon Ball Z lacked character development? Where did that come from? Because in the first episode alone, we've got extreme character development from the two characters that I want to highlight, and it's Raditz and Gohan. Within the first episode, we get a full breakdown of who Gohan is. And this is the person that I want to highlight in this episode. We're going to do every episode, we're going to find somebody to highlight. And Gohan is it. Our first introduction to Gohan, if you watched Dragon Ball before, you would say, this kid is not his father. When you watch Dragon Ball, I'm sorry to do this, but I'm doing this for my Japanese brothers. When you first watch Dragon Ball, you have an understanding that with Goku, he's a more free-spirited person. He's a brave person. He's willing to jump in to situations. And with Dragon Ball, your first introduction to Gohan, he's crying. Crying. You're like, oh, especially me when I'm like, okay. I for years, I've found Gohan to be extremely annoying. For years, I've found Gohan to be annoying. I respect the Gohan character now, because over the years, people were upset because they were wondering why Gohan couldn't do this. Why couldn't Gohan do this? Why does Goku have to do this? And you got to understand, with the character development of Gohan, he's not that guy. He's not that guy. Yes, he has the fusion of Goku and Chi-Chi, and he's got this raw, pure energy, power. But as we go through our series of reviews, you have to understand that Gohan is not that guy. He's not everybody's going to be Goku. It's not going to work that way, man. Not everybody. This Dragon Ball Z is not a show that was created so that it can appease to my feelings and all. No, it's not. That's not what it is. It's the reason why I love it so much. Now, in the first episode, he's crying, and the thing is, I find Gohan to be annoying, but if I can be real, I was Gohan when I was a kid. If I could be real, I was Gohan, and I'm pretty sure a lot of us can admit that we were Gohan when we were kids, man. I remember I used to cry at everything, yo. Cry. Yeah. They used to tell me, I can't remember, but my mom and them used to tell me they would drop me off places and I would just cry the whole time. And they would call my mom to come back to come pick me up because I was crying the whole time. And I would stop instantly once my mom got there. When I was a kid, I loved home. I'm still a home guy. You know, I feel safe at home because I got everything I need here. And when I was coming up, you know, I was spoiled, but not just spoiled with items. I was spoiled in the aspect of having a mother and a father that just genuinely showed love and compassion for me and my sister. So, you know, if something was to happen, I don't want to talk too crazy, but if something was to happen to my mother or father, Lord's willing, nothing happens to them. I would like something to happen to me first before something happens to them. But my mother and father, I just don't love them because they gave me what I needed. I love them because they're good people. They're good people. They're good people. And that's very hard to find within this reality that we live in. So when I went out into the world, and I had to interact with people, they weren't the same way as my mother and father. They weren't good people out there. I'm sorry. So I felt like my response was to cry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. My response was to cry because I was that kid. I was that guy that was able to feel energy. That's the reason why I love Dragon Ball Z so much, is because when Goku and Piccolo were able to detect power levels, I felt that way. I felt that way. I felt like I can feel people's energy. I was able to watch a person walk into the class, and I would instantly say, that person right there is not a good person. And you're just thrown, you know, you're in a house where it's love and it's compassion and all this, and you got access to the toys and all that. And then they just throw you out there with these demonic people, and these people are living their lives, and they got these demons lurking on them. And I could see that. I saw that. And that's the reason why I was able to connect with Dragon Ball Z so much. So my reaction to everything was just cry. Now, in the first episode of Dragon Ball Z, we automatically see Gohan crying, calling for his father. And yes, when I watched it, I was annoyed. But now that I'm older, I understand. But Gohan had an interaction with the tiger in the episode. And he was scared. And the tiger jumped on Gohan. Gohan, I think he just passed out or something like that. He tried to play dead. And then the tiger came and bit on Gohan's hat and took his hat. Now pay attention. when that tiger took something from him that his father gave to him, all that crying stuff went out of the window. And he snapped. And when he went directly towards that tiger, straight after that tiger, automatically telling you something about this Gohan character. True character development within this first episode. That yes, he is the scared, timid person. But when the going gets tough, or you do something to my loved ones, you take something from me that my loved ones have given to me, I'm going to stand up. And I can relate to that 1000%. I remember I fought this kid in class because my father gave me a magazine, a gaming magazine, and that kid took it, and I fought him, and I lost. But I was willing to come back the next day and fight that kid. But that kid gave me back my magazine. My father gave me that magazine. I loved that magazine. The magazine was giving me access to all the new toys and all the new games that were coming out. My father gave that to me. How dare you take that from me? And I'm scared. And the reason I fought is because the reason I lost is because I was scared. But I was willing to get that magazine back no matter what. So yeah, Gohan charges at the tiger gets scared. Gohan goes flying off of the damn cliff. I think he passed out midair. He lands in the water, crying for his father, and his father can hear it. Goku comes to rescue him. Gohan's going down the waterfall. Hang on, Gohan. Goku's crying out for Gohan. Something happens where Gohan goes under some type of underpassage. Goku, gets discombobulated. So Goku, when he gets down there, he's at the bottom of the waterfall. He's searching. Pay attention. He's searching for Gohan at the bottom of the waterfall because he believes that's where he fell. But then he can hear Gohan's voice from up top. Listen to the character development. For those of you who were talking about there weren't character development, I don't know what were you watching? Kai? Maybe that's the reason why you were watching Kai. Goku looks up. Gohan is up. He's supposed to fall down. He's up. He's on some type of branch upwards. And Goku's puzzled. He's like, what in the hell? What? How did you get up here? Letting you know something special about this kid. I'm not sure if Goku knew how to fly right away. I don't know. I can't remember with Dragon Ball and things of that such. I remember, but I don't remember. So yeah, right there, letting you know within the first episode, within the character development. I don't know who did that, but whoever did that is extremely irresponsible. Now, there's a second person I want to highlight, and we've already talked about him earlier, but phenomenal character. Raditz. I mean, his presence in this episode, you already was able to distinguish who the good guys were and who the bad guy was. And this guy is a bad guy, allegedly. There's as I get older and I break down the philosophy of the Saiyans, I got to go, hey, I kind of agree with the Saiyans here now. Our planet was wiped out. We have an understanding who did it. It's time to gather the troops. You know what I mean? I know where my brother is. I'm going to go get my brother. He gets there. It's peaceful. There's butterflies. The land is peaceful. Butterflies are flying by, the animals and the gazoos are walking. And Raditz is like, whoa, what the frick is going on? We sent you down here to do a mission, and this is what happened? Notice another thing, if you're watching Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball, Raditz is calling Goku Kakarot. Who the hell is Kakarot? When we got an understanding who Goku is, even in this episode. Who's Kakarot? Who's he calling out the Kakarot? You have no idea who Kakarot is. For real. At that time, I didn't know who Kakarot was. Pay attention to that. So yes, as I get older, I break down the philosophies. I go, okay, Goku's a coon. Goku isn't what you calling him Kakarot. He my name is Goku and I'm the Saiyan from Earth. No, I don't think he said Saiyan, but I'm from Earth. He was able to accept his Saiyan roots, you know what I mean, later on, but still, we're on episode 1. This guy's calling out the Kakarot and he clicks his little scanner. He's able to detect certain power levels. Boom, he goes. He's out there. I'm coming, Kakarot! You know what I mean? Boom, coming directly towards that power level. He gets to that power level and he gets to Piccolo. Okay, that's Kakarot right there. Okay, this green guy. Piccolo's in some type of meditative pose, and the signs and symbols are deep, aren't there? You got this green man who's wearing a fez and some type of cape. The signs and symbols are so freaking deep. It's not just Dragon Ball Z. There's a spiritual aspect here that I'm tired of you people trying to take away. I'm tired of it. It's not about just laser beams, transformations, powering up. I don't think they power up anymore, but still. Cutting up, that laser sword beam was clean. No, that's not Dragon Ball. Okay, that's Kakarot right there. Like this green guy that's wearing the fez and the cape. That's deep. That's some real deep science. I'm about to start walking around with a fez and a cape pretty soon. Oh man, and that was the highlight of the episode right there, man. If you're a person that really into the action and stuff like that, it wasn't really action, but there was a signs of explosions and things of that such. But that right there, the stare down between Raditz and Piccolo was phenomenal. Phenomenal. Raditz interacts with Piccolo, and Piccolo's like, automatically, Piccolo just had an attitude. I don't know who you're looking for, but get out of here because you're starting to piss me off. Oh, man, this show is phenomenal. Phenomenal. Chris Sabbath, excellent job. Starting to really piss me off now. Get out of here. I believe, I can't remember where Raditz led, but he might have made a slick, sly comment back at the Piccolo. Piccolo just automatically gets the blasting. No, before Raditz came, let me not forget this. Before Raditz came, this is what really set off Dragon Ball Z for me. Was, like I keep saying, the detection of power levels. And Piccolo didn't need a scanner. He was able to adapt to something about Earth was able to help him sense things. Something about Earth's frequencies. We'll talk about this later on. Piccolo was able to pick up on that. He was right away. He was able to feel Raditz before he even got there. Oh, what the hell is that? Oh my God. It's such a demonic energy that's coming right this way. Yeah, Piccolo was able to detect that right away. Phenomenal, man. I tell you, Dragon Ball Z is phenomenal. Raditz shows up. They have their interactions. Piccolo automatically gets the blast in. Left some type of explosion. There was dust and debris everywhere. And you think, okay, he done blasted that mother sucker away, And then Piccolo was able to see before we were able to see. When the smoke and the dust was clear, Raditz was still standing there. And Raditz says one of the most coldest lines I have ever seen in my entire life. I've never heard anything so cold-blooded in my entire life. In anything, in any form of media, reality. Raditz was like, that managed to singe some of my leg hairs. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God, man, this show is off the hook. This show is off the hook. It's off the meat. Is those bots back? What's going on here? Are the bots, are they gone? I think he's going. I think the bots are gone. Sorry. I think that's my other screen that's doing it. Sorry. That managed to singe some of my leg hairs. That's cold-blooded. Like you did nothing to me, sir. Some of my leg hairs were able to get singed, but that's it. Oh man, that was cold-blooded. And Piccolo is just like oh my, Piccolo was losing it, bro. Oh my God, I blasted this mother sucker head on, and I didn't even leave a dent. Phenomenal. Raditz was about to respond with a double Sunday. He was going to take this mother sucker out. I think that's Raditz's strongest attack. And then his scouter went off. He was able to detect another stronger power level. And Raditz is so cold-blooded, he just left that mother sucker there. Look out, Kakarot, I'm coming! Piccolo is just sitting there like, whoa, what in the freak? Who is this? And I believe the episode ends from there. And there you have it. Episode 1. A new threat. Phenomenal episode. Phenomenal episode. We got so much introduction. We got a complete introduction of characters that are phenomenal. The character growth with Gohan. Raditz was phenomenal. Everybody was just on their A game when it came to that first episode. Every single character. And it's one of the reasons why Dragon Ball Z is my favorite anime. But listen, we're just getting started, guys. That's episode 1. Y'all think we just reviewed the whole series, did we not? Oh, man, woo. All right, yeah, that's it, man. No, that's episode 1. We got another 700 to go. Lord's willing. But anyway, thank you guys so much for stopping by. That's it. We'll be back next week for sure. This Thursday is the JRPG podcast, or I Love JRPGs podcast. I have a lot of notes to talk about. I just saw that they announced Yakuza 8, so we're going to get into that. Or they showed off Yakuza 8. I think they did. I didn't see it yet, but I saw an article. And what else? We got a whole up. Oh, our main topic is going to be for the JRPG podcast this Thursday. Our main topic is what Yoshida, or whatever his name is, Yoshirai or whoever, who works, I believe he's working on Final Fantasy 16. He made a comment about the reason why he decided to go with action-based. So that'll be our main topic. But yeah, thank you guys for stopping by. I'm just going to leave the whole stream up. I know we had technical difficulties, but it's episode 1. This is going to get a lot better, though. I'm going to do a whole different thing. But yeah, we'll be back next week. Thank you guys so much for giving me your attention.